What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back. We're here to talk about Upton Stout, 5'8". I believe he's like 180 out of Western Kentucky. So he's technically undersized. And when I say undersized, that is, I always like to say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The NFL wants 6 foot plus guys. So if you're not 6 foot plus, you're undersized. So use this as an opportunity, as motivation, to learn from someone who's got a lot of things going against them, right? Western Kentucky isn't the most known school. They don't play in the biggest conference. So being undersized and not playing in a Power 5 conference, there's a lot of hurdles you got to jump. So we're going to talk about his film, and then if you're an undersized guy or if you don't go to a big school, this is how you navigate that and how you get to where he's at, from, where he played to NFL Combine, or to Senior Bowl, to NFL Combine, to NFL Draft, okay? So let's talk about this first play. In this first play, it's a big hit, all right? This is how you jump off on film. So if you're a high school guy, hey, coach, what do I put on film? Put a big hit like this. This is going to get any coach's attention. So we have 3 safeties deep, essentially, which means he's pretty much going to be the flat corner. On the flat corner, you're reading anything to the flat, specifically 2 to the flat. If 2's not to the flat, then we're reading 3 to the flat. So once we get this motion by the tight end, okay? Once we get this motion by the tight end, see how they're snapping the ball right away? Right now, my antennas are up. So something's coming to the flat, okay? Quite literally, we got a tight end coming to the flat. All right, so our antenna should be up. So as the play snapped, all right, we see 2 step off the ball. Our job as a flat player is to go get that right now. There's a window of opportunity for us to go and get him right now, but we cannot hesitate. And that comes with knowing our job, knowing our keys, knowing what we're supposed to be looking at. All right, so as soon as number 2 steps off the ball, it doesn't matter if it's a fake screen and they go vertical. That is not your responsibility. That is these guys' responsibility. If it's a fake, you got to go force the action. Great play. Now on this play, okay? On this play, we get a pick 6. What is he reading? All right, so he's in off coverage, okay? I don't think he's a flat corner here. He just simply has a great read, okay? We have a receiver who's inside our divider. So if the ball's on the opposite hash, our divider is going to be midway between the top of the numbers and the hash. So I would just say right here, he's inside of that arrow. So we're going to be outside leverage. And a lot of people play like this, butt to the sideline, no pedal, which I'm not opposed to, whatever works. So if you play this technique, instead of read stepping on a back pedal, you're usually just going to shuffle out as you're reading. So he's reading the 3-step of the quarterback, okay? 3-step looks slightly different, but when you're on film, you should know what each quarterback you're going against 3-step looks like. So quite simple, to make it simple, he catches the ball, doesn't take a drop, ball up right now. Again, he catches the ball, no drop, ball under the ear right now. Okay, 3-step is quick game, so we're expecting quick game and go. So we can't just jump this. We do have to wait for his arm to come off the ball before we go, because this isn't a pump fake. A pump fake would have 2 hands on the ball. Some quarterbacks might pump with 1 hand on the ball, but it's not going to be like this. They're not going to have that long arm, all right? It's going to be tight to the chest. So once we get the long arm, we already expecting quick game. We get the long arm, go. All right? And if that looks easy, it's because if you come from a small school, or I got to stop saying that. People were killing me about, oh, we're not a small school. Little tidbit, right? I call Western Kentucky a small school, and people got mad at me, and I'm like, dude, their stadium holds 20,000. In comparison, the University of Kentucky, although it's a SEC school, holds 66,000. So in the same state, you hold a third of the seats. And then if we're comparing somewhere like Michigan, it's 100 and some thousand. So you're like 1/5, 1/6 of a big school, what I consider a big school. Anyways, all right. So if you go to a school that's playing Austin P, All right. You got to make it look easy. So you're undersized. You don't go to the most hype school. You don't playing in the most hype conference. You've got to make it look so easy. All right. When you're playing in conference. And then when you get a chance, right? So when you play these bigger schools, you're basically a tune-up game for them. All right. Everybody in the stadium is expecting to get your teeth kicked in. So when you play these big schools like Alabama, okay, you got to show out, because this film means way more than Austin P. Way more than Austin P. Like twice, 3 times as much. All right, so we're blitzing off the edge. What are we keying? Okay, if we get the running back away, we're thinking we're going to bend and make a play on the zone. Bend and make a play on the zone, running back away. Running back to us, we would be surfing. All right, surf and bend. Surfing, because if Jalen Milroe, if the running back goes this way, if Jalen Milroe keeps, he's going to be out the door this way if we're bending with the running back to us. So we got to be ready for a running quarterback. All right. Good job bending. Make a play on the zone. Great play. Showing out against some top tier competition. Now, you've done so well in your conference. You've done well against the top tier Power 4 schools. Now you get invited to the Senior Bowl. Okay. And you have to prove, all right, even though coaches are going to say he's a nickel because he's 5'8", you got to prove that you can still play on the outside, okay? Prove it at every position. The receiver's kind of tight here, all right? We're outside leverage, all right? He runs sharp inside. We're moving with him. Now, once his shoulders are fully turned and we see that it's going to be a crack, all right, we're eyeballing it. Now we're going to replace off of his backside. Off of the back of his numbers, off of his back, whatever. All right, replace. Get involved in the run game. Great job thudding up the running back, not giving any ground here as the running back's trying to move forward. Nah, buddy. All right. I'm not one of those corners that only wants to cover. I can tackle as well. Or even in a thud situation, you're not going to run me over. Great play. One-on-ones, okay? Senior Bowl, top tier competition. Is he going to get out jumped? All right. Is his height going to affect him? I don't know how tall this guy is. I'm assuming he's at least 6'1". Okay. We're 5'8". We're too small. All right. So he's tight. We're in the slot. We're going to be outside leverage, expecting out-breaking routes, outside routes with this split. All right. If he runs inside right away, we can still kick and get high shoulder and flatten that down. Okay. He's going to go with the motor technique. Once we get the outside release, does a great job staying on top, chest to chest, before the goal line. All right, this is the way to prevent getting out jumped, is being chest to chest. All right, and now we can jump and prevent him from jumping as well, versus if we were to turn our back, he can kind of nudge us in the back and use his height. Chest to chest, good play. The ref's right here. If for anybody who thinks this is a PI, all right, no, it's not. All right, and does a good job here. Kick stepping, staying in the lead position on the fade. Again, getting chest to chest. And this is how you deal with if you're a smaller DB, or if the receiver is taller than you. If you're worried about getting head top, go chest to chest so we can widen him, apply pressure, and he's unable to jump, get 2 hands on the ball. Good play here. Tight split. We should be alert for a crack, be alert for a shallow. All right, because he might be looking to get over right away. We do a good job of just getting to his body with a kick step, staying on top, okay, making a play, taking advantage of his opportunities. All right. So again, Upton Stout out of Western Kentucky. He was at the combine. I think he ran like a 4.4, high 4.4. So that's a great time for him. He's projected as a nickel. So for all you guys who feel like you're undersized and coaches are telling you, hey, you're not good enough because of something you can't control, make sure you put that boom on your highlight tape. And then when you get a chance to play against top tier competition, as they say, make sure you show out.